record myself so I have the audio.
Yeah, that
But
sounds good.
I think it's time. So
Okay,
I love
I
you.
love you. God bless you.
I love you too.
Thank you for coming.
And what's happening?
We're gonna go stand outside,
And I'm
I'll
gonna
do my thing.
and I'm gonna hold your hand.
And
It was wonderful meeting you.
how's it going?
So excited for him. Yes.
Come to all the things.
Yes, of course, of
I
course.
gotta put my jacket on.
Oh, where's your jacket? Here, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Where are we going to be?
Right here. We're gonna do it right
Right
here.
on the porch?
We're just gonna stand right here.
Okay.
I'm Jamal.
You meant half?
Yeah.
So we are going to be on the left side of you.
Wherever you
Not left? Okay.
like this side when I
Yeah,
stand here.
yeah. So you're
Okay.
Are we all the way up or?
Wherever you want. Well, I'll go up. Whatever. I think it's fine here.
I'm okay.
You okay?
I just don't know where he wants me.
Phone keeps ringing. Well, thank you for coming out. Welcome to Eastwood. 42 years ago, I was born at St. Joe's, and my parents. Here, I'm gonna hold your hand.
Okay.
42 years ago, I was born at St. Joe's, and my parents brought me right here, where they raised me with unconditional love. Time flies. My mom passed away more than 11 years ago. She did at least one term as the mayor of South Edwards Ave. She gave me her heart and her fight, and I will always be so proud to be Holland's son. This guy right here is my dad, and I'm also very proud to be his son. He has always given me his time without hesitation. He rebounded for me in this backyard endlessly for more than a decade. He gave me his ability to think and a work ethic to show up every day. I do what I can to pay him back with Friday fish and pizza, but I know the only honest way to repay him is to put the same investment into my children. To my wife, Artie, thank you for finding me. Thank you for always being open to your never-ending personal transformation, for encouraging my constant transformation, and for always being open to our transformation. We are blessed. May we never prioritize anything or anyone above our family. We did not expect to be running for anything this year, but sometimes life changes quickly. I'm thankful to be here with you. With that said, we are here to announce that I'm running for Mayor of Syracuse. I stand here as a lifelong Democrat, not because it was passed down to me, you could ask him, but because I wanted to be. One story I like to tell is that Karen Magnorelli was my French teacher at Henniger High School, and she got me involved in the student government. And occasionally she would have us take pictures with her husband, Bill Magnorelli, who was our state assembly person. We would be in a newly built computer lab, and he would pose with us for photos and say things like, "I'm not sure I really know how to use these things, but I'm glad I can ensure that you have the resources you need to be successful." In the summer of 1999, he actually took me to a Hillary Clinton listening tour event at Mike Bragman's house. I was fully hooked to the blue team. In college, Assemblyman Magnorelli gave me my first internship. There I met institutional local Democrats like Sue McSweeney and Joe Rossi, who I admire to this day for their passion and intensity. In 2014, I took a political leadership class that was largely organized by Joe Rossi, where I really started to seriously understand how the political structure works. In 2004, when I was a senior in college, I was a member of a Young Democrats group, and Rob Romeo came and offered to get anyone who went to Boston into the Democratic Convention. I actually went to Boston. Rob gave me his credential for one evening, and I was there for a speech by a guy named Obama, who just floored me and immediately made me wonder why he wasn't running for president. In 2015, I ran as a Democrat for county legislature against Ryan McMahon to get my credibility up in the party. I lost, but I learned a lot. In 2017, I ran as a Democrat for councilor at large. I had a partnership with Councilor Khalid Bey, in a pick-two race. We avoided a primary, and we both won in the general election. In 2020, I left the council to become the budget director for Mayor Walsh. In 2023, I stayed in my job and ran for the county legislature in a Democratic primary against Mo Brown and lost badly, honestly. To Mayor Walsh, I am grateful for the opportunities you have given me. I wish you and your family health and prosperity. To Deputy Mayor Owens, Councilor Majuk, Councilor Hogan, and Jimmy Oliver, I pray this process results in a strong debate, clear choices, and eventually better outcomes for our community. In the coming months, I will transition from budget director to mayoral candidate. I have already submitted my notice to the mayor that my last day as budget director will be Tuesday, March 18th, 2025, when the budget director is required to present the budget to the mayor per the city charter. I must emphasize that the budget is always the mayor's budget, and as always, it will represent his vision and his goals, but there is a lot that goes into making a budget. I will do all I can to professionally produce the budget for Mayor Walsh. I owe that to the city and to my staff and to Mayor Walsh to help carry this task to that point. The only political activity I will do during this period of transition will be to collect signatures during late February and early March, for which I will use appropriate leave time as needed. The only political material I will have during this time will be my resume and a cover letter, which I will print in-house. In practice, I currently have $0. Although my dad didn't hear this part originally and he gave me a $100 check before, so he's just gonna have to wait for me to cash it a little while. But in practice, I currently have $0 and $100 I'm gonna keep in my pocket from my dad until later. I will establish a new campaign finance account, but I will not raise any money until March 19th, when I have officially left the city. There are 2 points I would like to make clearly. I am the only candidate in this race who was elected citywide at the same time as Mayor Walsh, and I am the only candidate in this race who served with a fiduciary responsibility for the entire Walsh administration, first as the finance chair for the city council, and then in my current role as budget director. My record of work highlights that I am the most qualified candidate to be the executive for the city. At the same time, I no longer believe in the ability of a Democratic primary to produce the best candidate. As a result, I will be changing my political affiliation today. I am officially becoming a RINO. For anyone who doesn't know what a RINO is, like my wife a few weeks ago, it's a Republican in name only. Let me state this very clearly. I am becoming a Republican in name only. This might hurt some people's heads, and I'm okay with that. I see this as a practical decision. Even as a RINO, this path provides voters with more choice in November, and I believe my chances of winning increase as the contest expands to include more people. Also, becoming a RINO isn't hard to do. So I've got my voter registration, sort of pre-filled it out. I got to check the one box, and then I just sign it. Thank you. That's it. Changing my political affiliation. Changing my political affiliation does not change anything about me. I have the same ability to think, the same experiences and skills, the same work ethic, and the same heart. One last point. This is an executive position. It is not a caucus position like the U.S. House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate, the New York State Assembly, or New York State Senate, or even the City Council, where people typically vote in a caucus tied to their political affiliation. This is an executive position. I do anticipate there might be questions. I will answer all the questions, but not today. Thank you for coming. I look forward to Wednesday, March 19th. Thank you. My vote, and she lost my vote. March 19th.
Tim, how do you plan to earn city Republican votes if you're advertising that you're running as a Republican?
March 19th. Well, my record. I really believe my record. I said reference my record. I stand on my record. Look at my record. There's a lot of public record. Figure out who's best. Vote for who's best.
Have you coordinated with the city Republicans so far, Kevin Ryan?
I have talked a little bit, but not really. I basically was, Kevin Ryan is a little upset with me at the moment because he didn't get to actually have a meeting. I thought maybe we were going to try to meet this evening. I'm not sure. He's a little upset at the moment, but I think he's going to get through it based on, I really think we have a overlapping network of mutual trust. And I think in the end, he will trust me enough to get over any feelings he has at the moment about not having a full conversation. And I trust him, that mutual overlapping network, to come around to find, based on my record, the best candidate.
Have you talked to the mayor about your intention to stay, and has he agreed to those terms? Or?
I definitely had conversations with the mayor about leaving for other professional opportunities. That was as specific as it got, and I had given resignation and the timeline of the transition, and we talked about the plan for other professional opportunities.
So he told you, did he clearly tell you, like, I'm happy to keep you through the presentation of the budget to him, or
I think they'll keep me.
gave you that indication?
For the transition with professional opportunities, I think they're going to keep me.
How did Sharon lose your vote?
I think there's a lot going on, and I think March 19th, and right now there's work to do for a budget, but I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate it all. Thank you for coming. Seriously.